Hey, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Welcome to Stump the Idiot, our Q&A question. This will be an all Ring of Honor Q&A. We're doing another audio one just because I'm lazy and it just seems so much easier. You know, I got a face for radio. And yeah, so all these are questions from Real Nerd Fight. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to steal John Green's line. But these are questions from the Internet Infantry and all Ring of Honor ones. We will probably do another Stump the Idiot with Boom Boom and do WWE, TNA, and all the other type questions. But we have enough ROH questions here to get the ball rolling. All right, so we'll start with player dies. The title question is Adam Cole a bad champion? And I think he is. I honestly do. Let's go. Since the pay-per-views, well, since he's been champ, I stopped watching. I didn't make it like an effort. It's not like I banned Ring of Honor. It was just before Briscoe and Steen and all the other champions, I watched every week Ring of Honor. But we had Gay Shoulder Gate, where someone hurt their shoulder while saying the wrong things PC wise, and they had stripped him of the title, and there was a tournament, and Adam Cole won it. And I just remember from that point on, without even realizing it, I just stopped watching Ring of Honor. I had no interest whatsoever. I don't think he's worthy of the title. And the only time I watched was with New Japan and Ring of Honor. It got me back into it. And I was like, man, I'm going to watch this. And yeah, Adam Cole killed the crowd 3 times. He's been champ since September. We'll break down his title run. We'll break down the champions before him. I think he's a bad champion. I stopped watching when he became champion. Maybe it's bad timing. Maybe I'm surrounded by wrestling. I do live in Japan, so I have to watch all the American wrestling, all the Japanese wrestling, and maybe just Ring of Honor just snuck under the radar for me. But I did watch the New Japan Ring of Honor things, did reviews on them, and he's the John Cena of Ring of Honor. He had a super hot crowd, a super crazy good event, and he killed the crowd 3 times. That's why. It's just as bad as John Cena. I don't think John Cena has ever killed a New York City crowd that bad 3 times in one night. So that's amazing. So every time I mention Adam Cole, I go, dun, 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 dun. And, player dies, part of the Internet Infantry, he's calling me to task on it. So let's give player dies his moment and read his comments. I want to talk about Adam Cole. That's what we're here for. Dave, just saw your ROH New Japan review, and I could not disagree more with you on Adam Cole. All right, well, let's hear what you got to say. Adam Cole is one of the best on the indies. Your opinion is very popular, but just about a year ago, Cole won the title in September, by the way. People were begging for Adam Cole to be in the main event scene. I watched Ring of Honor every week, and maybe, granted, I don't talk to every Ring of Honor fan, but I've been watching Ring of Honor since day one. I'm going to be completely honest, I did stop watching Ring of Honor, not because the product was bad back in the day, because of Rob Feinstein's after-school activities. But after all that was cleared up, I watched Ring of Honor since day one. I did take a break. And even when I took a break, when people ask me, is it the best in-ring wrestling product in the world? I'd say yes, especially in North America. So I've been a fan since day one, and I know a lot of Ring of Honor fans, and no one really thought Adam Cole was worthy of being a championship. I remember people saying, fuck this company. And I just remember them having such hard times. Sinclair, Cornette, just drama. I don't remember anyone saying, oh, Adam Cole's going to save us through this day. But all right, well, maybe there was. He was a baby. Let's see. He was a baby face and was working a lot faster. And that helps. If you are supposed to be the best pure wrestling company in the world, a faster pace, more athletic pace could help. People were raving about his matches with Kyle O'Reilly, Jimmy Jacobs, Kevin Steen. Then he turned heel and changed his style. And I know that's kind of like a rule in pro wrestling. You have to change your style. Oh, you're a heel, work slower. But it's so funny because the same type of people that say that, they said, well, John Cena will be a better wrestler when he can call the matches and turn heel. I just think it doesn't matter if you're heel or face. Put on great fucking matches. Maybe that's why I go towards New Japan. to a more heel slow style, and now probably hate him. I just never thought he was worthy of the championship, and I'll break that down later. He's an amazing wrestler, maybe. I'm not taking away his talent. I'm just saying he's not worthy of the Ring of Honor champion. He's not worthy of main eventing. He's not worthy of beating Liger. And I don't give a shit if he's a face or a heel. That's it. Oh, and all right, let's see. Moving on. So and my whole thing is, like I said, I don't watch him. So all these people booing him, that New Japan, no one was fucking booing him. At those two pay-per-views, no one gave a shit, and that's where I fucking lost it. I'm like, you're champion, I don't give a shit about you, I don't watch. Then I watched your New Japan Ring of Honor pay-per-views because I love New Japan, and I want to see New Japan succeed in North America, and I hear, dun, 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 you killed the crowd 3 times. If he was getting booed out of the building, like, you know, a Steve Corino type character, then I'd be like, oh, okay, it's fucking working. Hell, dude, people that know me, this is going to be a huge shock. Matt Hardy is a way better heel than Adam Cole. He's not getting a response. And one of the few guys in the he's not scared of heat. But that's the problem. And now, granted, maybe he's getting heat in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Maybe he's getting heat at these ROH shows that I'm not watching because he's champion. Maybe he is. But the show that I saw, he didn't get any fucking heat. He got the opposite of heat. He got fucking crickets. And it's not like the fucking place wasn't blown up. People went crazy for Liger. People went crazy for the main event. Everyone went crazy. He killed a crowd 3 times, probably less than an hour. A hot crowd. So no. He's one of the few guys in PWG and ROH who went from being beloved, I never fucking loved them, and maybe other people, being hated within a week. I don't see that. Now maybe you see that? I don't. I see a guy that is young, he's talented, doesn't deserve a Ring of Honor title, becomes Ring of Honor champion, don't see much fucking love for the guy. As a matter of fact, I remember when I used to be like, oh, fuck, this guy's champ. All these Ring of Honor fans and Adam Cole defenders said, oh, don't worry, give it time. So why ain't he fucking over? And then getting heat, maybe I'm missing a huge part of the chapter. I admit, since Adam Cole's been champ, I stopped fucking watching the show. And I didn't do it on purpose. I just don't have no fucking interest in this guy. But maybe he's beloved as soon as he won the title. Like, oh, fuck this. He won the title. I'm not fucking interested in this bullshit. And maybe he's hated, but at the biggest fucking pay-per-view of the fucking year, at least in my opinion, and a lot of pro wrestling fans' opinions, he got no fucking reaction in a hot New York City crowd. So fucking maybe within a week, but it's not the fucking any week I watched. Look at Steen. Great heel, but would get face pops. I don't see a problem with that. I really don't. I think nowadays it changes. Adam Cole was a great babyface and now gets booed. Like I said, he didn't get booed when he won the title, and no one gave a shit. And at the pay-per-view, maybe in between, maybe there's chapters I'm missing here, but I'm just going off what I fucking seen. I watch every single week of Ring of Honor television. Gay shoulder gate happens, and bam, he's champ. I stop watching. Then, I'm like, holy shit, New Japan, I gotta watch this shit, and he's there, and he kills the crowd. So maybe there's a fucking week there, but now gets booed. I'm just gonna read another comment from an internet infantry guy. Ray, I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but he left this comment on the iPay-per-view review. Rave Sahota says, Adam Cole got the worst reaction. No boos or cheers when it came out. It was pretty much silent. The crowd went crazy for Liger. He comes out, dun 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 dun, dead crowd. The crowd goes crazy because Liger could win the Ring of Honor championship. He wins, dun 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 dun. Then you have one hell of a main event. Granted, Okada has been booked completely fucking horrible. Fuck you, AJ Styles. But ever since AJ Styles appeared in New Japan, Okada has been probably the worst booked fucking wrestler in the world. And I think he's the best, to be honest. But Okada fucking never been to New York, at best of my knowledge. Don't quote me on that. For the sake of this, he might have been in New York. But this is the first time I've ever seen him in New York, and he got over like a motherfucker. Where's your champ? Why ain't he getting over? And even healed, booed, anything. So I don't agree. Adam Cole was a great babyface, and I guess booed. Now some people in wrestling can do that, especially at the indies. It depends. Yeah, no, I've seen it. I've seen it. You know, you got to watch more indies. Yeah. No. I don't agree with that. The only other people to do that are the Young Bucks. I disagree. I disagree with that tremendously. You need to go to more indie events. I used to live in Florida. You know, a lot of these names ain't known on a national scale, but, you know, local indies in Florida, they're known. Bruce Santee did that. Ralph Mosca did that. Sideshow did that. These are all guys that worked for me in ACW, and Sideshow was the one that shocked me the most. Sideshow went out there. He was the most over guy in the world. Everyone loved him. Then 1 week later, people were like, fuck him! So, yeah, no, it happens all the time. All right, they go into PWG and get booed. Adam Cole's a great wrestler. He might be a great wrestler. I just don't think he's worthy of being the Ring of Honor champion, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Then he's like 24. That's one thing, you know, Ring of Honor, there's this thing about the internet. Oh, well, if they're young, then they have to be champ, or they're young. I don't know. I think this might be a Steve Corino thing. Like, oh, no one's going to pick up Adam Cole. Fucking put the title on him. We're good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's young, and Ring of Honor has the balls to put it on, but I think it's time to pull the trigger, you know? Rav thinks it will happen at their first cable pay-per-view, so we'll find out. Let's see how great, you know, this is why I don't think he's worthy of the Ring of Honor Championship. Let's go. I'm at ringofhonor.com. Low Key wins the first title. Let me tell you something, and especially for younger fans. When Rob Feinstein, RF Video, put on Ring of Honor before we knew about LOL 18, we thought this was the biggest event in the world. We were like, dude, this is going to be this generation's NWA. It was amazing. People talked about it. And Low Key beat Spanky, Doug Williams, and Christopher Daniels in Philadelphia. So, and he defeated AJ later. So you got Low Key, great first champion. Xavier. A lot of people shit on Xavier. A lot of people, you know, he might be the Adam Cole of early Ring of Honor, but I disagree. Xavier is freaking an amazing wrestler. And then, you know, even though you had short title runs, then you had one long-ass title run by Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe brought it around the world. He defended it everywhere, did a great job. Samoa Joe, to me, made the Ring of Honor title mean so much. Then you had Austin Aries' first title run, amazing. Then you had CM Punk, amazing. James Gibson, it was a bit of a shock, but besides it being a shock, I wasn't that impressed with. Bryan Danielson, of course, Homicide, Morishima, sorry I mispronounced that, I live in Japan. I'm horrible. Nigel McGuinness had an awesome title run, and that's heat. That is heel heat. I just remember him doing a YouTube interview and just be like, oh, you love me, now you hate me, I'm going to lariat to the day I die, and stuff like that. And just look at the people he wrestled. Then you had Jerry Lynn, out of respect, and the Jerry Lynn is what gave me hope that maybe Liger could win the title. Jerry Lynn did some amazing stuff. Austin Aries, the only two-time champ. Tyler Black, who's now part of the Shield. Roderick Strong, who I absolutely love. A lot of people said, oh, Roderick Strong can't cut promos, but I think he's amazing in ring. One of my favorite Ring of Honor guys of all time. Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards, Kevin Steen, Jay Briscoe. And I was really questioning with Jay Briscoe, but they did such great video packages with Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe's been there from the beginning. It was great. You know, was he worthy of having the title? I don't know, but it's kind of like at least he paid his dues. And then Gay Shouldergate happens, and bam, Adam Cole's your champion. Now, fucking read that list. You might say, oh, Jerry Lynn's old. I still put up a defense for them. People shit on Xavier in the early days. Fuck you, Xavier was awesome. Now Adam Cole. I don't think he's worthy of the title. And as soon as he won the title after Gay Shouldergate, I was just like, dude, I'm just going to take a break. I didn't even, you know, and then you bring me back to watch it. Now let's see who he's beat. Everyone he's beat is better than him. Mark Briscoe, Roderick Strong, Elgin, and Briscoe, Hero, Matt Taven. Okay, he might be better than Matt Taven. Chris Hero, Briscoe, Delirious, Kevin Steen, and Liger. So not only is he the weakest Ring of Honor champion, everyone he's defeated is a better wrestler than him, except one or two guys, and maybe some of them might be arguable. So yeah, he's young, and he's not getting over as far as I've seen, and You know, so bam, there you go. All right, let's go player dies. Dave, I'm not done with you on Ring of Honor. All right, well, that's why we have this whole Ring of Honor show. We have a bunch of Ring of Honor questions, so bring it on, player dies. Round 2. Whew, I hope I held my own there. I'm not done with you on ROH. It has a great future, in my opinion. You know, I'm going to stop right there. I think all of pro wrestling has a great future, in my opinion. I really do. I think WWE, TNA, I think right now, especially after WrestleMania 30, where TNA is, where Ring of Honor is, New Japan's been rocking. I think right now where pro wrestling is, we're ready for it to take off. The WWE Network is going to help. Ring of Honor doing way better on their television will help. And TNA has to turn it around. Jarrett's coming. I think this is the quiet before the storm. I think all of pro wrestling have a great future. I really do. I could be wrong, but I think right now it's like, oh, it's bad now, but just give it time. And I think every company has a chance to be awesome. It's just they have to do the right thing, and Adam Cole is not. Guys like Adam Cole, Ciampa, ACH, Kyle O'Reilly, Cedric Alexander, Michael Elgin. All right, I did say during the Ring of Honor things, I'm the great Gatsby of pro wrestling. I'm the older guy that thinks Ring of Honor, especially in the newer promotions, Ring of Honor had better days. I think TNA has had better days. WWE, I think it's a little too old. You know, there's too much going on. But around, you know, the 10, 12-year mark, Chikara just came back. Companies around that time, the newer companies that have been up for 10-plus years, I think TNA and Ring of Honor have had better days. Let's go through each guy. Adam Cole is playing another comment. I just disagree with you. Ciampa is awesome. You know what? I think he's good. I just don't feel him. I think Ring of Honor was better before. I do not like this class, who is one of the most intense wrestlers out there. Then he's in the ring. He looks like a death machine. ACH does flips. I think you get to give ACH more credit than that. Out of all the new Ring of Honor guys, ACH is the one that I look forward to. Even when I'm not watching Ring of Honor because of Adam Cole or Rob Feinstein's after-school activities, I would go out of my way to find ACH matches. Kyle O'Reilly is the next Bryan Danielson, not the jerk-off Davey Richards. Yeah, a lot of Ring of Honor fans don't like Davey Richards. I don't know. Next, Bryan Danielson? All right. That's pretty strong. I'll see. Alexander is amazing. He's like a Black Tyler Black. Michael Elgin. I apologize. Michael Elgin is absolutely phenomenal. I agree with Elgin and ACH. The rest of the guys, they're not bad. They're just not doing anything for me. It's like, oh, you know, maybe I'm spoiled and had some great fucking thing. Others include the almighty Cheeseburger. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely love Cheeseburger. I know Charlie Haas walked out in the company, but Charlie Haas and Cheeseburger entertained me. Dave, from the sounds of it, you don't watch their television. I don't, because A, it's probably the hardest fucking thing in the world to find, and B, lost interest. I watched all their television prior to Gay Shouldergate. Yeah, I watched all their shows. But after that, I was like, oh, Adam Cole's your champ? All right, well, tell me when he loses it. That was my attitude towards it. I know it's kind of a shitty attitude towards Adam Cole, but that was my attitude. I went from, oh my God, I got to watch Ring of Honor every week to, all right, you guys tell me when he's good. You guys tell me when he loses the title. Yeah, out of the guys in the tournament, I don't know if I'd put fucking Adam Cole in the tournament. I know it's very anti-Adam Cole. He might be a great wrestler. I just think he's not worthy of the title. I just don't think he's worthy of the title. Dave, from the sounds of it, okay, I don't blame you. That's because they jumped through hoops to get it on the internet. Yeah. Ring of Honor, you're owned by a television company now, and your television company is, I don't want to use the R word, so I'm going to use special in quotation marks, like I am using the R word. And that's not the R word for ring. Yeah, the television deal is so stupid. It's just a stupid-ass company. Yeah, protect your iPay-per-views. That makes sense. But get your fucking television show out there. Put it on YouTube, Daily Motion. Put it fucking everywhere. Plug your goddamn channel. I used to work for a Sinclair Broadcasting Company, and oh my God, Is there a worse company to be old media that has no fucking clue how shit works? Dude, first off, the ROH show should be a hell of a lot better. You know, I know you gotta have your squash matches, your storylines. Fuck that. Your fucking Ring of Honor. Put on a good goddamn product. Make us excited to watch the iPay-per-views and pay for the iPay-per-views for the pay-per-views. But don't make us go through hoops. Like, if I go to Ring of Honor right now, it's like, you can watch the current episode. No, it's not the current episode. It's like the current episode from, like, 3 fucking weeks ago. Just make, like, if you have a fucking television network and you want people to watch your television program and you want people to know about your television channel, why not just give this shit for free? It worked with South Park. It works with CW. Fucking get your shit together. Just get your shit together. Ring of Honor, the television show, should be on everything. You should be like, wow, I'm on a subway in Tokyo. There's Ring of Honor television. I'm on my cell phone. It should be everywhere. It should be on YouTube, Dailymotion, MySpace, Facebook, fucking Twitter, everywhere. You should be like, you know what? I wasn't even looking for Ring of Honor, but seen the show 17 fucking times. Now, I understand you've got to protect your DVDs. I understand that's your market. I understand you have to protect your iPay-per-views. But you're a television network making TV on super cheap. Fucking throw that shit out there. And you'd be like, well, that's not how media works. Go fuck yourself. Look at South Park. Just look at South Park. I live in Japan, and I can keep up with South Park a million times easier than I can with Ring of Honor. Fucking know how to use your damn media. And get it out there. Get it out there. People should know. Ring of Honor has a very good reputation in Japan. I watched the second iPay-per-view. I paid for the first iPay-per-view, and a couple of my Japanese friends and neighbors came. And then they paid for the second one. And first off, Ustream, you got to work on that goddamn stream. Jeez, iPay-per-views, man. You guys got to get your shit together. But no one in there was like, who are these fucking guys? Because you don't get the product out there. I guarantee if I go to a wrestling bar tonight, and yes, there's wrestling bars in Tokyo, and said, who the fuck is Adam Cole? They'd be like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Who the fuck's Adam Cole? But if I fucking mention old school Ring of Honor guys, they'll know. And even if I mention old school Ring of Honor guys that never made it to the Fed or TNA, they would know. If I said Low Key, Xavier, you know, they'd be like, oh, I know those guys, Ring of Honor. I'm like, Adam Cole. The who? What the fuck is going on? Because you're keeping it such a fucking secret. Alright? The only reason we bought the fucking damn iPay-per-views is because of New Japan. Get your shit together. Yeah, dude, they have to do it. Alright. Give these guys a chance. I would be willing to give these guys a chance, and maybe I do, and maybe they have to grow on me, but I said the same thing about Adam Cole. It's been since September. He has the 7th longest title run. How long is the fucking chance? What is this, like Aces and Eights TNA give him a chance? Eventually you're like, you know what? This shit's not working out. Alright, Andy Paps asks, do you think Steen's going to sign with the WWE? I think so and hope so. There's lots of internet reports. I just hope WWE is signing so many great athletes right now. And I just hope that they do the right thing. I really, really do hope they do the right thing. Yeah, I think Steen will go to WWE. He's not pretty. Adam Cole would probably do better in WWE, but I hope that they do the right thing. And man, could you imagine Prince Devitt, Kenta? I'm just thinking of all the great guys they've signed. I mean, just NXT in the future looks so bright. So yeah. I think they will sign. Will they use them right? I don't know. And there's been different reports. Some say he's signed a developmental deal. Some say he's gonna sign a developmental deal. Yada, 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 yada. All right, so... Oh, we got some live comments. Thank you, guys. All right, let's go. Carnage Maxim, are you happy now that TNA gone? Now you bandwagon? I don't know what the fuck that means. I have no idea. Carnage Maxim, I know you love TNA. But, you know, the product doesn't fucking change. Bandwagon. Yeah. Okay. Fucking TNA fans are retarded. Oh shit, there goes the R word. Thanks, Maxim Carnage. By the way, I love your shit, but come on. Actually, I thought last TNA's thing was a win. I mean, that's what I hate about fucking TNA fans. You cannot give an honest opinion about anything without them fucking being like, you're a fuck. Oh, so let me guess. I'm a bandwagon fan because I like Ring of Honor, but I'm a WWE fanboy because I like WWE, and I don't like, and I fucking don't like. I noticed though TNA does not bash me for liking New Japan. Fucking TNA fans, you're the problem. You really are because the fuck you TNA. Yeah, you know what? Here, you bandwagon. How about this? Ring of Honor. Yeah, they sold out the big part of the Manhattan Center. How about you sell out the small part, champ? I mean, come on. You got everything. You got a great television deal and bandwagon. Yeah, we're bandwagon. ROH, WWE, New Japan. Man, what if I said this? What if I said this to you, Carnage Maximum, even though I gave TNA a win this week? What if I said, all pro wrestling is great except TNA? Go fuck yourself. Will that make you happy? Fucking unbelievable, TNA fans. Can't watch live. But no, he's the best. Adam Cole, babe. Yes, good riddance. All right, I don't know this, but finally, Stump the Idiot segment. Adam Cole is getting a backlash from gaining top accomplishment in the indie scene, mainly through Cali and Florida. I believe Adam Cole has the potential. God damn you, YouTube. I'm going to punch you right in the tits, YouTube. Right in the tits. Can you just send me a message without it being broken up? Can you do that, YouTube? For real. You make fucking cars that drive themselves. You make fucking everyone sign up for Google+. By the way, not a Google Plus hater. All right? Not a Google Plus hater. That's not where I'm going with this. But can you fucking make it where if you're going to email the comments, you send the whole fucking comment? That's all I'm asking. All right, let's try to fucking do this again. I apologize. Pro Wrestling today is going back to a boom period. I feel it. I feel it too. It's right now so bad. I think like even TNA. I know I shit on TNA a lot. Mostly I shit on their fans because their loyalty doesn't improve the product. You know, all right. But yeah, I do feel. I even feel it for TNA and Ring of Honor, WWE, NXT. New Japan worries me just because of how they're booking it and they're making a lot of mistakes. But Noah just lost Kenta. Dragon Gate is so. Funny thing is, I love Japan wrestling, but I see a brighter future in American wrestling. So it's just a matter of time for a mainstream pro wrestling promotion to have the mature, competitive draw, on-screen storyline product and in-ring work. We are living in an age of MMA and world star hip-hop. Laugh my ass off. We need pro wrestling to have realism again, and that lives in indies and overseas promotion like New Japan Wrestling and AAA, and I agree with that. Hook and shoot. Since this is a Ring of Honor show, what the hell happened to Eric Stevens? That's what I'm fucking talking about. Dude, I love Eric Stevens. Eric Stevens from Florida. You know, and here's the fucking crazy. He was awesome, but then just disappeared. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got cut, he got injured, but I know he lives in the Florida area, and he's into bodybuilding now. I don't know if he's officially retired, but I don't know. But Eric Stevens, I got to watch him from a rookie down in Florida, come up through FIP with Roderick Strong and stuff. And when he first started, dude, Eric Stevens might be one of my favorite. I love a pro wrestling company or a pro wrestler that improves. Eric Stevens is in bodybuilding now. I can ask James Legend. He's in the Florida scene. I just think he gave up on wrestling, but he was awesome. But then he just disappeared. And I agree. And I got to watch Eric Stevens' whole career. And he started off just, you know, when he first started off, he could definitely whoop my ass. But he was just a chubby little kid trying his fucking damnedest. You saw him, you're like, all right, there's a chubby kid trying his damnedest. And, dude, he became a fucking warrior. And his feud with Roderick Strong and Ring of Honor and FIP was just absolutely amazing. And Eric Stevens, yeah, I wish he would come back. I don't know if he left on bad terms, good terms, whatever. But I know he's in bodybuilding now. Yeah, I loved Eric Stevens, and I got to watch him throughout his whole career. I agree that Adam Cole isn't necessarily a good choice for the champion. I just think that he doesn't deserve to be counted along with Cena or Orton. I never seen, you know what, in ring-wise, he's way better than Cena or Orton. But he's your champion, and he killed the crowd 3 times. He's not my first choice, though. Probably should have been giving it to BJ Whitmore, and that's a possibility. Finally, Stump the Idiot segment. Woo-hoo! This is from Mike Ashman. Adam Cole is getting the backlash from gaining top accomplishments in the indie scene, mainly through Cali and Florida. I believe Adam Cole has the potential to be of the top star. Did they rush him on this push is questionable, but I believe Adam Cole is adapted to the opportunities given to him, being the generous golden child. In my opinion, I believe ROH has had enough of being raped of their talent and their vision to build a homegrown young talent. And that's a possibility. I think maybe, with the shoulder injury / gay comments, it could be a lot different. Maybe, and I don't really hate the guy. I just stopped watching because of him. And I didn't make a connection to it till later. And then he kills the crowd 3 times? No. Going to bury WWE, you wait and see. Oh, and Carnage Maximum, yeah, Player Guy says yes, good riddance. And Carnage Maximum says, going to bury WWE, you wait and see. You know what? TNA, I hate TNA, but I don't hate TNA. I hate TNA defenders, fans, and Dixie Carter, which you could say is TNA. But going to bury WWE, you wait and see. Dude, I would love that Carnage Maximum. I would. I love TNA to fucking be so good that we go, holy shit, why do you watch Ring of Honor? I would love TNA to fucking bury WWE, because that would be awesome. But fucking, so it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right, let's see. Do we have another one? Boom, boom. Oh, no, that's it. All right, we'll get back to live comments in a second. All right, back to Andy Papp's question. Do you think Bad Influence will have a more successful run than they did in TNA, and will Roderick Strong leave ROH for TNA if WWE doesn't offer him the deal? Yeah, I didn't hear anything about Roderick Strong being offered a deal. I know he had a tryout. They were really impressed with his promos, and it's funny because that's what the internet bashes him on. I love Roderick Strong. I'm actually wearing a Roderick Strong right now, Camp Strong thing. I think I own almost every Roderick Strong shirt ever. I got to watch him in the Florida Indies grow up. Same thing with Eric Stevens, and yeah, I would go to TNA maybe after the New York City, see what happens there. I would definitely try to go to WWE if I was a younger guy, just because with NXT and the way it's set up, you have a better chance. And that's what's wrong with it, yeah, I would love to see Roderick Strong bring it to another stage, because he won the title, and I don't think they're going to do anything with him. And that kind of breaks my heart, so yeah, it's interesting. So, yeah, and will Bad Influence have more success? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, they weren't very successful. They had great matches. I wouldn't, a success as far as having a job and having great matches, yeah, but not success like in storyline-wise. They were kind of like, well, they did have they were always kind of like a joke. So hopefully they get booked correctly and used right. That would be awesome. All right, let's see. Boop. 7 ROH talents that have had to try out with WWE. Kenta, and this is from Mike Ashman. Kenta is in. Devin is most likely in. Kevin Steen, by the looks of it, not being booked for ROH dates for the end of the summer and ending his vlog show. So yeah, dude, that's right there. Just look at that, dude. I've had a tryout, dude. And that's the problem. I wonder if Adam Cole is Steve Corino. Remember when Steve Corino was champ? The reason he was champ was because they knew. And I love Steve Corino. I'm sorry to say this, but they kind of knew he was not going anywhere. I wonder if Adam Cole was that way. And New Japan sent out a thing, and there was a bunch of shit over the internet. And this is when I knew he was in trouble. This is when I knew he was in trouble. And what I mean by I knew he was in trouble is New Japan sent out a press release or a news item saying, oh, we're interested in Adam Cole. But here's the reality. If you were interested in Adam Cole, you would just sign him. You wouldn't send out a press release. To me, that was just kind of PR damaging. And they didn't send out a press release, but they sent out news and stuff. And I don't know. I have no idea. You have enough white people in New Japan that can kill a crowd. You don't need any more. Travis J. Moore from Facebook says, do you think ROH should get a television deal? And they have a television deal. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. It's a horrible television network. I used to work for Sinclair Broadcasting, and I remember in sports, my boss had a bounce had a bounce at a bar. So like people would come in and be like, "Ain't you the sports guy?" And they're like, "Yeah." "Why are you a bouncer?" And he'd be like, "I don't make enough money." So it's just, I'm glad Ring of Honor got a television deal. It's just, wow, man, what a bad television deal. But hopefully they can build from it. Hopefully they put some effort into it. I mean, if you listen to Jim Cornette talk about it, it's pretty sad place to be. All right, let's see. But yeah, I think being a better television deal, I don't know. Like, TV Network kind of owns them now. Let's just hope they do a better deal. And I don't know if Travis Moore doesn't know they have a television deal. That might be a possibility. So hopefully that answered your question. Mike Ashman says, Sinclair has definitely changed the pace a bit. As well, all things in pro rest, better or worse, it evolves. And I feel ROH does amazing adapting to their changes. That's a very positive outlook on it. I don't know. I've lost interest in it, so I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe I have to get back into it. Maybe I'll do it. But I don't know if it's done better, to be honest with you. I'm rooting for Ring of Honor because I've been a Ring of Honor fan forever, but I don't know if Sinclair was a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, maybe they got paid, but it doesn't sound like it. I mean, from what people say that leave the company. All right, Malik Douglas says, yeah, I hate to agree with JBL, Cole, Lawler, but Cena can at least get a reaction from the people. Cole can't get heat for nothing. Also, fuck Steve Corino and Kevin Kelly. They make Taz and Tenay look good. Malik Douglas, we were on the same page. And then also, yeah, okay, doesn't get a reaction. Cena, Cole, they can't get heat. Okay, that's what we talked about. That's where all these questions came from. But then, fuck Steve Corino and Kevin Kelly. I've insulted Steve Corino a couple times on my podcast. But let me tell you, I love me some Steve Corino. No, fuck Steve Corino and Kevin Kelly. I like them. I do. I mean, he's no Lenny Leonard. Lenny Leonard. Oh, I tip my hat to you. Lenny Leonard. Now that is a man. That is a man's man right there. But since we can't have Lenny Leonard, yeah. I like Steve Corino, and Kevin Kelly doesn't bother me that much. I mean, I know he bothers a lot of people. Obviously, he was absolutely horrible in WWE, but as far as, this goes, not too bad. All right, let's see. House Show Wrestling has a bunch, and then we'll go to live comments. So if you want to get a live comment in, try to get it in now, and I will try to read all your live comments before I go off. But House Show Wrestling, a very, very old, I was about to say wrestling, very old fan of Kocosports. Back when we were on radio in Florida. He's from out of Orlando. So let's see. Which ROH guys would you like to see in New Japan? Roderick Strong, Steen, if he's not signed with the WWE, which he most likely will be. I'm trying to think who else. Elgin would be great. I'd like to ACH. I would love to see ACH, especially in the lower weight division. So yeah, those are probably the guys I'd like to see in New Japan. ROH better than TNA? Oh, that's a tough call. It depends on better. In ring, I'm gonna say it depends. Like money-wise, oh man, that really is crazy. I'm gonna say ROH is better than TNA, but it's not because ROH makes profit. TNA doesn't. TNA has national television and great camera equipment, and they put on a better show technology-wise. TNA at times has great matches, and ROH at times has great matches. Ring of Honor a couple years ago blew TNA out of the water. But yeah, this is tough. I'm going to say ROH is better than TNA, but not as much as people think. Not as much as people think. And yeah, Carnage Maximum, if he's still listening, is going absolutely bananas. But yeah, I think it's good. I think ROH. See, before Sinclair, this wasn't even a contest, but now it's close. I'm going to say ROH is better than TNA. Do you think with pro wrestling being so down that ROH can bounce back and change the world of wrestling? I believe so. I think right now, we talked about this earlier. I think right now is such a low period. I think everyone has potential. Like WWE has. Let's talk about potential. Go across the board for the American companies. The big American companies. WWE has potential because, well, they got NXT. Well, the NXT guys are amazing, and they're signing everyone. Devitt, Kenta, everyone. Steen is rumored. Then you have TNA. TNA is losing money out their ass and spending less, but that makes the product better. I think if they impress people in New York and they know what works, they can go with it. Spike TV wants a product where passionate wrestling fans can go. And I honestly think TNA has a really good shot to turn things around. But that's the thing about TNA. That's the magic of TNA. TNA always makes you believe that. Ring of Honor, you know, they have to deal with New Japan. They got the pay-per-views. WWE's leaving cable pay-per-views because of the network. You got that going. So yeah, Ring of Honor could bounce back easily. And some people would say, I don't know. You'd have to live in a cave to say Ring of Honor is better than it was back in the day. But some people think it didn't drop off as much as other people. But I think everyone can agree it dropped off a bit. I mean, even the biggest Ring of Honor fans can believe that. I mean, you don't want to be TNA fans. Come on, TNA fans like, that's as good as day one. Really? You believe that? 6 Sides of Steel, Triple X, America's Most Wanted, yeah, X Division, AJ Styles. All right. Yeah. So, do you think pro wrestling? I think it could bounce back. As a matter of fact, I think right now. And here's the scary part. Right now, Ring of Honor, you got Jarrett, you got Chikara coming back. Chikara's fan base was crazy. Maybe I'll do a review of Chikara's show, man. A fan base can really make the crowd. Chikara came back. So, yeah, right now it looks good for American thing. But the problem is, with the network is still a good idea, and the network's still going to do good. You know, it's hard times now, and NXT is going to do good. The problem with American pro wrestling and pro wrestling in general is if WWE is the one to improve the product first, that's going to hurt everyone. You're going to have, before these NXT stars all get eaten up and all get moved on and all these old fucks move out of the way, you know, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Triple H, these guys are eventually, oh God, I hope, oh Terry Funk, I hope, are eventually going to move out of the way, and NXT looks absolutely amazing. So if I was Ring of Honor, TNA, Chikara, New Japan, AAA, everyone's trying to get that big American network down. You can, yeah, I think it could happen. If I was Ring of Honor, TNA, and all that, I would be worried about what WWE is doing and try to beat them to the punch. Because if they have the best in-ring product and with the marketing power, then it's going to be a bad day for every other wrestling company, even New Japan. You know, you have the best wrestlers in the world with WWE's marketing power, and that's one thing Sinclair has to do. Before I get to Sinclair, what would be the top thing you changed in Ring of Honor? You want me to be completely honest? I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. What would be the top thing you changed in Ring of Honor? The fucking free television show would be everywhere. It would be everywhere. You would see the whole show on YouTube. I would make my money on iPay-per-views, DVDs. I would make it in cable pay-per-views. But the fucking free show would be free everywhere. It wouldn't be like, go to ringofhonor.com and pay. You know, and that's the thing. Like, WWE did it right. You get all the pay-per-views. Well, actually, they didn't do it right because you got to get the Raws and SmackDowns, but they will. Yeah, the whole Ring of Honor package deal, dude, you have to make it where if you pay, you get all the pay-per-views. You just fucking have to make it that way. Yeah, I would have it where either for $9.99 you get everything a month. Everything. I mean, everything. You just fucking, you're the Netflix of Ring of Honor. You get everything for $9.99, or I would make it where keep the same business plan. Get rid of your network, and your free television shows, free everywhere. Free everywhere. Yeah, that's what I would do. That would be the top thing I'd change in Ring of Honor. It's just how they get the content out. More Ring of Honor reviews. I'll try. I mean, they don't get many views, but I enjoy it. I like talking about it. I'm not as big a Ring of Honor expert as other people on YouTube, but I noticed since Adam Cole is champion. Just kidding. But I noticed Ring of Honor doesn't get as many reviews as they used to. But yeah, maybe I'll do it. I want to do more reviews. I want to do tons of reviews on everything. It's just time, and I talk too much about each video, so who knows. I did a main event review. It got like 800 views, so that's not too bad. So yeah, I might do more audio, because I'm not that good looking. So yeah. Alright, oh, we got some new comments. Let's go to live comments. Alright, that was the last of predetermined comments. Let's go to some live comments, shall we? Bam. Bam. Newest first. The economy... Alright, Mike Ashman. The economy in general is not in a good place, and the money is dying. It is easier said than done to get awesome TV deal. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But With that said, though, you can make a network. Can you imagine Paul Heyman in the internet age? You can do it. WWE's falling apart. WWE is having hard times. Falling apart's a bit overdramatic. TNA can be depressing to watch because you see all the potential. That's true, but you just hope they get it. New Japan Wrestling is legit. What all major league promotions should emulate the pro wrestling product. I love New Japan. You're singing to the choir here, my friend. On that mature, competitive level, ROH is the gem for North American pro wrestling to set up personally. TNA and ROH should let go of the egos and embrace the indies and overseas promotions to bring a rebirth to territories. And I think, I don't know because there's not much detail. I think that's what Jeff Jarrett's trying to do. I would love to see a show like, the Global Force thing. I would love it to be like, oh, here's a TNA guy, here's an ROH guy. Now, TNA and ROH have, douchey problems, but that's what Wrestle 1 does. Wrestle 1 is kind of Muda, and it's fifth tier of Japanese wrestling. But the thing they do is they bring someone in from Germany, they bring in someone from Australia, and that's what makes Wrestle 1 great to watch. I would love to see that here. I mean, wouldn't it be great to see Okada and Tanahashi? It would just be great. So, yeah, I love the territory things. And you know what? If you could get ego at his side, I would get TNA, ROH, NWA. I would get TNA, ROH, NWA, possibly Pro Wrestling Now, possibly Chikara, but definitely AAA, and definitely Wrestle 1, New Japan, get all the Japanese guys because they're more willing to work together than that, and just become a territory thing. And then my whole thing is I would have AJ Styles, like right now he's the IWGP champ, who's kind of a Ring of Honor former TNA guy, not really a New Japan guy. Have him win all the titles. And just have one grand champion. Have him walk out with all the titles and have him be like, I'm better. I would love it where TNA, ROH, Global Force, the Luchas, maybe a couple of the bigger indies, and all of Japan work together. That would be amazing. But, yeah, they're not going to have that. Why haven't any of the Chikara guys gone to ROH or PWG besides Eddie Kingston, I mean? And that's what Hook and Shoot says. Player Dies answers, let's see, because most of their gimmick can't carry over to other promotions. For example, if Frightmare showed up in ROH's gimmick would make no sense. And Player Dies hit a home run right there. Yeah, that's probably the main reason. Chikara is such a perfect world of comic books and pro wrestling. A lot of people tried to put rock and roll and pro wrestling together and failed. A lot of people tried comics and pro wrestling before Chikara. Chikara just did such a great job with it, and the fans love it. Please go check out their return show. I think it's You Only Live Twice. It's not the best wrestling in the world, but it's very entertaining, and it's such a hot crowd. Man, that crowd made the show. But yeah, Player Dies, thank you for answering that, my friend. Mike Ashman said, we already read that. I think we're done. No! Alright, no, we're not. Let's see. Carnage Maximum. I'll make everyone to lose their job in WWE. I have to go on Twitter and... Okay, what did this guy say? Carnage Maximum. Are you even a cartoon character? Are you a real person? Boop. I will make everyone to lose their job in WWE. I have to go on Twitter, bring UFC and boxing sport fan. WWE will die soon. Die, end of story. I guess. I mean, if WWE dies, that'd be awesome for all these other companies and pro wrestling in general. But, it's got a pretty locked in place, but it's gone. People have gone out of business before. All right, where else are this? Boom, boom. I think that's it. I don't know. YouTube and your comments, you're crazy. You're absolutely bonkers with your damn comments. Let's see. Boom. Ba-na-na-na. Sorry about this. Alright, and Hook and Shoot says, put on your business cap for this one. Alright. Well, there it is. Put my great Buddha Bear cap on. Put on your business cap for this one. What exactly would it... This will be the last question of the night, by the way. Hook and Shoot! Last question of the night, and I'm tapping out. Alright. Put on your business cap for this one. What exactly would it take for WWE to go out of business and close their doors forever? Well, that would be tough. That would be really tough because I don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess they would have to lose their television network. They would have to lose. It's such a it has happened before. WCW, MySpace, giant companies have gone out of business before, but you have to make huge mistake after huge mistake. And I think even though WWE makes a lot of mistakes, I think when their back's against the wall, they'll do the right thing. So I don't know. I guess just keep alienating its fans and trying to get what it wants out of it. So that is a great question. I might have to bring that up with Boom Boom. What would it have to take? They'd have to lose their television deal. I'm trying to think. They'd have to definitely lose their television deal. The network, everything would just have to fail. There'd have to be a huge mistake after huge mistake. And the thing is, they're making slow mistakes, but they'll give you, like, example, WWE sucks right now. September is going to be, they're going to renew, that's when a lot of these 6-month deals have to be renewed. I bet you August and September will be some of the best pro wrestling you'll ever see. I think they're smart enough to do what they have to when it's time. But yeah, they could definitely make mistakes. I mean, a big thing maybe like people always talk about it, maybe a millionaire. Like if Mark Cuban bought Ring of Honor and ran Ring of Honor with the same passion that he ran the Dallas Mavericks with, then yeah, because not only do you have to make a lot of bad decisions, you pretty much have a monopoly. You need a rich person to capitalize on that, to drive you out of business. And that's what Turner wanted to do before Turner sold it to AOL. So if you got a rich, passionate, crazy person, and Mark Cuban is the first one that comes to mind. I mean, Mark Cuban with Ring of Honor and him just going crazy and having the passion, that's the guy I think of. So you would need a Mark Cuban, and you just need WWE to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. But even though WWE makes a lot of mistakes, they'll make a lot of mistakes for like 3 to 5 months and then put on a good show. I just wish they they have the power to put on a good show all the time, and I wish they did that. But yeah, that's what I think. And I think it would be mistake after mistake after mistake, losing the television deal, and someone who's passionate and rich and knows the business, knows business, not the business, but knows business. Mark Cuban would be the perfect guy. I'm trying to think of other guys, because Donald Trump would give up. Turner probably doesn't give a shit anymore. You got to remember, a lot of rich people are not willing to do it. And not only that, but if they are willing to do it, they see what Dixie Carter had to go through. They're like, what the fuck's the point? So, yeah. So, what a great question to end this show. So, I think they'd have to lose their television deal, and a rich guy like Cuban would have to come in and just run it completely correct. Can you imagine? Ring of Honor was on HDNet TV one time. Can you imagine if Mark Cuban got behind Ring of Honor and put as much passion into Ring of Honor as he does with the Dallas Mavericks? Yeah, that would be huge. That would be huge. I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon sends Mark Cuban gifts all the time. Like, we're best friends. Don't ever betray me, please. So, please like, comment, subscribe. Leave us lots of questions. We plan on doing a Stump the Idiot with me and Boom Boom. Probably won't be talking much Ring of Honor since we just did this. I'll try to do more and more shows. Player Dice, thank you as always for challenging us. And, I've been wrong before. I have been wrong before. But I really do appreciate it. Please go to Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, where it's the home of combat sports, where it's okay to be a passionate fan, and where the world goes to get gas, and the exclusive place. I hate when people use the word exclusive. Like, I don't give a shit if you buy it somewhere else. The exclusive is definitely the most abused word in all of media. But the exclusive place to buy the Internet Infantry shirt. You buy the Internet Infantry shirt, we'll make a video just for you, and we'll love you for the rest of our lives. Ewok, we love you, man. All the guys that bought this shirt, you too, Forsaken. Hopefully Forsaken's doing good. I haven't heard from Forsaken. Everyone get out of Watch Party for Forsaken. But yeah, go to Kocosports.com. They're working really hard, even though Jerry's been sick. I'm going to have to kick Jerry in the balls. If anyone sees Jerry O'Neill, the editor of Kocosports, give him a cup of soup and kick him in the balls to make sure that he gets rocking and rolling. All right. Thank you very much for the live comments. Thank you as always. It's very humbling, and hopefully we can keep growing. And I have fun doing this, so hopefully you guys have fun listening. All right. We will be doing a Stump the Idiot, plus I hope to do a huge NXT review, an Impact review, and SmackDown review with Con Artists. Con Artists is Rob, so hopefully you guys. SmackDown review did really good. I didn't expect it to do that good, so wow. Thank you for all those that watched the SmackDown review. And I'll probably do a lot more audio. It's just easier and fun. If you guys want to see my ugly ass, put in a comment. Be like, hey, we like it better when we see your ugly. Yeah, because I got a face for radio, but not a voice for radio. Anyway, Kocosports.com! Go there, because it would be awesome. KOCOsports.com. And with that, thank you, and I am over.